We are 9 days into Black History Month. And here in Idaho, there are very few people who could ever title an essay they had written, "My Brown Skin." After all, the Gem State is 93% white, the fifth whitest state in the country. But that's exactly what 17-year-old Olivia Malmgren did. She wrote an essay for her Centennial High School English class last fall, titled "My Brown Skin," subtitled "In a White World." Her mom, Suzanne Malmgren, had already given birth to 4 kids when the family decided to adopt 3 more, 2 of which are black. Olivia was the youngest of those 3, adopted in 2003 and brought to Idaho when she was just 5 days old. So she has never really known anything else growing up in a mostly white family in mostly white Idaho. Her essay explores the physical differences between herself and her family and friends, but it also gets into issues she never expected to face, having grown up like she did. It was her face, or the color of it, that finally brought all this into focus this past year for Olivia. She said it was one of the easiest essays she has ever written. It was all right there. What wasn't always so obvious to Olivia, though, why there were so many moments growing up where she was made to feel different, less than. It came to her in flashes, and she wanted to capture them all in an 8-paragraph English class essay.
Blue eyes connect with mine as we pass each other. The feeling that these eyes are still on me is heavy, the certainty that they are watching me extra closely. This is not the first time I have felt the heavy gaze of society on my back, and it most certainly will not be the last. I wrote this essay because I was supposed to write on like a life-changing event or something that shaped you as a person. And I realized that I had like kind of like an identity crisis of my own, of like who I'm supposed to be with my race. My eyes, brown as the soil that sprouts rich green grass, takes in the reality of my life. My brown skin causes some people to judge me before they get to know me. My beautiful brown skin.
How long were you feeling these feelings? How long were you having these thoughts prior to writing this essay?
I've had those feelings a lot since I was growing up. I've had like them in passing, or I'd fixate on them, but a lot of it was just a recent development that like I wanted to share my piece, especially due to the Black Lives Matter protest. It really opened up my eyes more.
I felt I was white despite having black skin. Everyone around me was white. The ads on TV, on social media, everything pointed toward white culture. And so I had made it my own, and being black was foreign to me. Was that hard to write that, but also to accept that?
Yes. It was kind of like I was turning my back on who I'm supposed to be. But I'm supposed to be Olivia Malmgren that's raised in Idaho with my white family, and that's who I am.
Do you feel like this essay was written for you, or do you feel like you wrote it for others to realize what you were going through?
You know, I think I know that it was for me, and that it's opened the eyes of others is great, but it was mostly for me to see, like, it was just mostly like a coming into myself, you know. I learned these lessons through experiences I had while walking through a store and being followed, knowing that people were suspicious of me simply because I am Black.
You've been followed walking through a store.
Yes. Yep. Happens a lot. It feels awful, honestly. And it's like, I'm not going to do anything. I've never done anything. I've never shoplifted. I've never had anything that would have you assume that I would be someone who would do that. There is nothing to assume that I would do any of those things except that I am profiled. And it's sad and it hurts. So those heavy blue-eyed gazes can follow me wherever I go. I've done nothing wrong, because another thing I've learned is that being Black means being proud of who you are. I remember when I was young, my sister and I were together with a family friend playing at a park. The words they said shocked me. "You can't play here, you're Black. We hate Black people." How did I need to act to be Black? In what way was I Black? I knew my skin made me Black, but what else? Nothing made sense.
I'm sure you guys have all talked about this, Suzanne. You've talked about these issues that Olivia wrote about. But how did this essay hit you when you read it?
I am not a very emotional person. I'm a happy person, but I'm not very much of a crier. And this was so powerful to me. I was so amazingly happy that she could translate the feelings that she had onto paper in a way that I could understand. The mother bear in me was so sad that I couldn't protect her from that, and so joyful that she learned how to do that herself in a gracious, assertive way that allows people to hear her.
Being Black is not a crime. Being Black means to be resilient, to be loud, and to dare to take risks and defend yourself when you feel the world is turning its back on you.
And that's what I feel so happy and proud of. I am proud of her, but I hope she's really proud of herself.
Are you proud of who you are, Olivia?
I am. I'm happy with who I am. I am Olivia Malmgren, a Black woman, an African American woman. Now that I've accepted what I need to accept and appreciated what I need to appreciate, I feel whole in a way I haven't been in probably a long time. So I am proud. An individual who loves others, who is kind, caring, and who is harmless.
Olivia said her dad helped her write that last part, that hardest part, but it was her favorite part of the essay, where it ends with, "and who is harmless?" Because unfortunately, as her dad explained, there are people out there who will see her as scary, like you have a violence to you. But it was worth remembering that she doesn't, because her dad told her, "You're human, just like the rest of us." That last sentence is now like an anthem to Olivia. As for what she wants everyone to know who reads or hears her essay, Olivia says she knows it's cliche, but you can't judge a book by its cover. Everyone has their own story to tell, and their cover might not match their book whatsoever. Her essay was recently published in Idaho magazine, and you can find the complete essay in this story at ktvb.com.